Hello, and for those of you still listening, we're going to carry on into the day with the third game for today. We have the Knights against the Blues, and we welcome those of you who are just tuning in. Looking forward to today's game. Two of the novice teams both tied for third, so a lot to come away from this game. They're going to try and outright take that lead of third.
Well, there's a lot of history between these two teams. The Blues and the Knights have both been around for a while. And they are two of the starting teams for the novice division. This being the first year for the novice team. So the bragging rights are always there. And both teams come from someone who's actually on the council, the steering committee. So, Reichart started the Knights a while back in one of the original teams. And, of course, Anna Bradford started the Blues a few years ago.
That's right.
There's a little bit of bragging rights. I'm sure they don't act like they really care who wins and who loses, but I'm sure there's a little bit of pride involved there.
Yeah, you could argue that these are two of the powerhouse teams in a way, in the terms of ownership at least. We're looking at the winning record, and I'm saying powerhouse probably isn't the correct term to be using.
Well, we'll stay legacy teams. They've got a historical, feel to them. Both teams have been around for a while, but this is a game for anybody. Both teams have a chance to win this game, and I'm sure there's a lot of pride. Nobody wants to be the last team, in their division. So they're going to be pushing pretty hard to not be in fourth place.
Absolutely, and particularly in the inaugural novice league, you don't want to go back. Who was the team who lost? Who was the team who won in the first season? You want to be on the winning end, but you certainly don't want to be at the bottom for that very first season. People are going to remember that. Will be a fun fact in some game shows, perhaps. Absolutely.
You got Tim Young over there on the bench for the Blues. He's going to be coaching over there, giving them benefit of his experience.
Yep.
And, one thing we all have in common, Tim Young, and Ron Reichart on the Knights bench, is that we all play for the Jesters and just came off a magnificent 10-0 win over the Benders. But not that we're going to rub that in. 10-0 over the Benders.
Let's try not to rile up the lounge too much because we probably have a few listeners over there.
We might. Where are they at? We're live in the Pirates Cove.
So before we go any further, it's worth mentioning
10-0 over the Benders.
Oh, very professional here. Worth mentioning the records going into this game. As I mentioned, both tied for third in novice. We have the Knights with actually just a one win for the year, which came over the Blues. That was a big win, 8-1. But their record for the year thus far, we've got 1 win, 6 losses, 3 ties. The Blues, depending on which way you want to look at it, maybe a bit healthier. They've got 2 wins, but they've only got that 1 tie, so we've got tied for points here. Tied for third in the novice, and the Blues actually, they're coming ahead at the moment. These teams have previously met 4 times, and we've got 3 Blues wins and the 1 Knights win. That was the big one, though, 8-1. So, going into this game, you'd say just about anyone can take it away.
Well, absolutely, and that's pretty much in our league. We like to sit there and say we just won, but we've been on the losing end, and we've had some bad games.
Yep.
The parity in this league is actually working out really well. The Blues and the Knights have lost a lot of games, but they've been in a lot of those games to the end. So it could be anybody's match here. And one thing about this game is there's a difference in the net for the Knights.
Yep.
Craig Fraken is playing in the net for Dan Fry, so sometimes just a little bit of a boost, a shock to the system, a new goalie, a new center, sometimes these things can really make a difference.
Yep.
So we'll see if that kind of sparks the Knights a little bit today. Sometimes when you have a new goalie, you work a little bit harder. So hopefully they'll give him a lot of help up front.
Well, here's hoping. We can say, and I think everyone can agree on this, the last thing we want is any form of blowout today. We want a close game, and there's no reason these two teams can't provide a close game.
Well, I'm sure there's somebody that would love a blowout, and that would be John Reichart. I'm sure that's what he's praying for right now.
Yep, perhaps. So we hear the buzzer. The first period is about to commence, so we should give a shout-out to our sponsors. Firstly, I would like to thank the Keg Stand, the primary sponsor of D-League Radio, now in its 3rd year of being the primary sponsor, that's a pretty big deal, a pretty large commitment there. Located at 3530 West Town Parkway in West Des Moines. Over 90 beers on tap, a complete listing of the beers they feature on a beer menu and beer board. Open until 2 a.m., 7 days a week, and just a really good place to get around. We should also thank So Cherry, screen printing and sewing, your short-run garment decorating specialists, custom jerseys or uniforms for any sport, not just hockey, which we forget sometimes. No minimum order. You can order 1, you can order 50 or above, and a multitude of garment decorating options. And finally, we should also thank Red Dragon Herbs, custom blended tea, loose leaf herbal teas from around the world, and just some tasty tea to get around. So thank you to our sponsors, as we're going to have the puck drop here. The Knights are going to somewhat take away with the face-off win. They're going to bring it into their offensive zone. And a bit of pressure early, but the Blues are going to reset. Bit of a hurried clear, though, and it's taken by McIntosh for the Knights on the right wing. He can't quite bring it into the blue lane just yet. No offsides. So we've got the Knights, 4 of them, all crashing the net here. And a bit of a pass across, steered aside by the Blues goalie. Thrown to a dangerous spot, but deflected out by the Blues defenseman. Knights, McIntosh again throws it towards the net, and that is steered aside by Brody Sargent of the Blues. And now we've got a tie-up in the corner. Sargent wins it away, tries to win it to his teammate. The Knights are going to come away with position here, tries to bring it inside, throws it to a very dangerous spot, but it's deflected behind the net again. Knights, bit of sustained pressure, very dangerous pass there. Oh, to Tape as well, but couldn't quite put it on net, could have Houston. But that was a very dangerous and good pass, and the Knights are again pressuring towards the net. This is a hectic start to the game.
She had great position right in front of the net.
Yeah.
The pass was a good, crisp, hard pass. She just couldn't quite reel it in.
Yep, and with that, the Blues almost take it into their offensive zone, but the Knights in McIntosh bring it in again. Shot on net, steered aside by the Blues goalie in Damon Punsalan. And, wow, a bit of sustained pressure by the Knights here. They've still got it in their offensive zone.
And that really hard work along the boards, keeping that puck in.
And just then, having said all of that hard work along the boards to keep it in, throws it to a dangerous spot in Let. Let does get the stick on it. He gets it towards goal, but it's worth saying it's a bit of a slow trickle towards the goal.
Well, by the time it got there, but great pressure by the Knights. They kept the puck in the other zone almost for 3 solid minutes.
Yep,
well, 2 solid minutes right there going by the clock. So
in dangerous spots as well. So here we go. Face-off won by the Knights, cleared out by the Blues, but kept in. The Knights are going to bring it in. Mavridis throws it across to his teammate, and Jason Weimer can't quite get a shot on net, but Weimer's hustling to get back. He's going to do the defenseman's job here. He picks up the puck. But he gives it away. That's going to be dangerous. Reed Jensen for the Blues. A little bit of a backhand look-away pass to no one in particular, to 2 Knights, actually. And the Knights are going to try and clear, but the Blues are locking it in somewhat at the point. Jason Weimer's going to have another opportunity. He's taking up the left wing here. They're on sides. He's steered wide, though, aside by the Jeff
Ryan
Duncan.
Ryan Mather with a great chance there right in front of that. He's got to be careful, though. He could have been called for the in the crease if he would have got that goal.
Yep, which is worth saying that the refs are keeping a good look on. We've seen a few calls, actually, a few new goals. The
waved off,
controversial Scott Carlisle goal, we'll say as well.
Yeah, controversial, Scott. we know.
Yeah. But the Blues, they got a bit of a wraparound opportunity here. Another backhand look away. A good shot on net. Oof. Reed Jensen, he's looked dangerous with a few opportunities here.
I'm sure he wish he had that one back. He had a good look at the net.
Yeah, a bit of light checking there. Some Knights on Blues, and Brian Mather looks around. We've got a Knights player, Mavridis, falling over for no reason in particular, slow to get up, but he looks to be
he was
healthy.
He was working on his skate. He was making a nice transition from front to back, and he just kind of lost his skate there. And when you're in the novice division, that's what you should be doing, is working on your skating and stick handling abilities.
That's right. The Blues clear it out of their defensive zone, but the Knights are going to push it back in. Comes out again. Mavridis has time, and he has 2 Knights on the right side. Throws it across, but can't be kept in by Etnier. But, a bit of a lucky bounce off the board. He throws it towards the net, does Etnier. The Blues are going to have numbers and time behind their own net here, and they're going to look to take it away. Bit of a pass up the right wing here for the Blues, but Mavridis for the Knights has time. He's being pressured. Turns on a dime and tries to take the puck away, and he... good keep. Very good keep by Nick Hanas. That looked like it was going to go out, but nope, it's kept in by the Blues. Just some sustained pressure. 5 Knights all really below the hash marks here.
Yeah.
And a dangerous pass by the Blues, but it's trapped by one of those 5 Knights, and it's going to come out to center ice, and we're going to have some neutral zone battles here.
Nice move by, what was that, Fortney?
I'm not sure. I'm actually
91.
91. Nick Hanas, actually. That's the... of the Knights? Sorry, Simon Fortney. Fortney. I apologize, and that was a nice move. He took that up the left side. Couldn't quite get it on net, and the Blues are going to clear here. This is a dangerous puck. No one wants it. Hey, and Fraken, he manages to trap it. You see that sometimes the goalie goes to corral it and it sneaks out, but nope, no daylight there. But
Just a little bit of a tip for the defenseman there. You want to shield that goalie off, even if you're allowing him to cover the puck. Shield off just in case he does fumble the puck. That doesn't give an easy shot. He just kind of veered off and kind of, oh, you got it. So you want to get in there and cover your goalie up.
Okay. Face-off win by the Knights. Thrown away to no one in particular.
Nice
Good shot on goal. Just goes wide.
And that was Nick Haynes.
That was Nick Haynes.
That was a heinous shot.
The Blues, a bit of good passing there, but can't quite be collected by Cody Clark. Cody Clark cannot collect it on the boards, but it's trapped by Brody Sargent. Oh, the Knights were almost away there, but it comes across to the other point. Good shot on goal! Oh, my. Nick Haynes, we're going to see your name again. That was a great shot. It may have been deflected by a Blues player, but it perhaps,
I don't think so.
Perhaps didn't even need to be because there was a lot behind that shot. Top left corner. Whew.
Yeah, we'll say it again. That shot was heinous.
And I'm sure he loves that wordplay, but that is a great goal. And
wow, that was top corner, beautiful shot.
Yep, top left corner and block aside. There we go. Fraken hasn't seen much of the puck in goal for the Knights, and that's a bit of a wake-up call.
And there were some screens in there, so that really wasn't Fraken's problem. He blocked up a lot of goal except for the corner.
Yep, that's right. That's right. So, wow, after the Knights having some sustained pressure and some dangerous passes, they're down 1-0. Blues taking the lead here.
It's evened out. It's kind of a tennis match now.
Yep. And we're going to have an offsides here. Still offside, so the Knights have all the time in the world to take it away. But the Blues are hungry now. They like that they've got that off a particularly good goal, and the Knights are going to bring it in and try and even the score here. Oh, a good move. Send it up, throws towards net. And what do we have here? That was a glove save, but it fell out of the glove. There's a rebound opportunity, and he's steered to the side again.
Two really nice saves by the Blues goalie.
Whew. That was a good play up the right wing there by the Knights.
Reynolds made a great move. I mean, really nice move. Got a first shot, got the rebound, point blank range. Nice.
Wow. We've got some good hockey going on here today. Face-off win by the Knights, steered to the left side, and Halston throws it across. Oh, we've got a shot on goal. And a bit of a stick tap on the ice by Lett. He perhaps wish he's got a bit more on that, but that was a good shot. No 5-hole available, though. Damon Punselin gets a good save there.
Really good chance. He picked up some garbage in front of the net and launches it quickly. That's what you got to do. I mean, he had a good chance with that.
So the Knights, they will have another face-off in their offensive zone. Win by the Blues, but pressure up along the boards, and we've got a bit of a battle here, hacking away at more of the ice than the puck. Comes out to Derek Etnier, who's going to throw it from the point. Does not get through the Blues, though, so it's protected. Now we've got a breakaway. Oh, a good stick touch by Madridis there of the Knights there. We have Alan Patton, who had that opportunity, but that was some good defense by the Knights. He was steered to the side, and the Blues are going to keep it in this zone here. Etnier is going to pressure defensively for the Knights.
Wiggins clearing it around the back. That's good play.
Yep. Some good plays all around here, and the Knights are going to take it away, and if he can get past, he's through.
Jeff Duncan back there.
Yeah, good D. Reynolds is very much through. He's got an opportunity here. He walks it around.
Wow.
Very good play. Very good drag, and he's hung him out to dry.
Incredible patience there with the puck. The goalie was charging him, coming right out in his face, and he pulls it back, makes a really nice controlled shot.
And that's one for the lounge up there. That would have been a good view, and he got everything on that shot. He was not going to let that by.
That was an awesome shot.
For a bit of dramatic theater, he's actually kind of crashed into the boards afterwards, but he's not going to feel that after that goal, and we're up 1-1. We've got an even score.
And nothing against the goal. The goalie made a perfect move. Charging that was a good play.
Yep.
But Reynolds made a really nice control.
And so 1-1 halfway through the first period, 10 minutes and 50 seconds. Oh, a dangerous little backhand pass by, is that Mathers?
Yeah, that's Mather, yeah.
Yep. Oh, good shot. Deflection off a Blues player. It goes higher, but it's going to keep in play. We've got Weimer of the Knights up along the right boards. He's being backed up by Etnier. Should it get out? And Etnier nice does throw it in. Good defensive positioning there.
Yep.
And so the Knights are going to keep it in here. The Blues are going to have an opportunity to get it out. And the Knights, we've got a bit of a scramble about four players.
It's like a scrum there.
Yep, but it comes out, thrown towards net very loosely. The Knights are going to have time behind their own net again.
Cleared puck.
The intention was there, we will say, throwing it towards a dangerous spot, but there's no one in that spot, so it's going to go all the way down. But Etnaya hustles, beats the Blues attacker and throws it out. We've got a delayed offsides, and Etnaya is going to have a bit of time. Fraken gets it over to him. Ooh, tries to take it inside, which is always dangerous. So the Blues are going to have an opportunity from between the dots here, and we've got a goal. Good goal by Reed Jensen. He's just in the right place. The puck comes out to him from his teammate, and he throws it in to the left side. That left pocket again, we'll say.
Absolutely. Right place, right time. He was there. Fraken made the mistake of going down way too early. He was anticipating a shot earlier, went down and stayed down instead of trying to get back to his feet and making it, cutting down the angle. But he was right up against his own line. He didn't come out to the top of the crease and challenge a shot.
Oh, and it was a good goal as well. He had a bit of time, and sometimes you panic and just throw it towards the goalie, but nope, he picked the side. Yep. He got it up there, and so the Blues, they take that lead 2-1. We've got a good game on today, though.
Back and forth. That's what we want.
That's what we want. So the Knights are going to bring it into their offensive zone, cleared out by the Blues, though, and it's going to trickle down. No icing, waved off. Steinbronn communicates with his defenseman and then leaves the puck behind. Good pass from behind the net. Oh, dangerous deflection by the Knights defender. And, we've got a bit of a traffic pile up in front of the net, and then Rich Harms of the Knights throws it behind his own net, and we're going to have 4 Knights in formation trying to clear it out here. No pressure by the Blues, so they're going to take it out. Patrick McFarland is keeping him to the center, but Steinbronn of the Knights puck handles, throws it back. Alicia Cummins is going to bring it up the left wing now, but we've got 3 Blues who want to get it out of that zone. That's some good defensive play, maybe a bit too tight together, but they'll take that if it's out. Oh, collision, nothing in it, no penalty called, just incidental contact.
Yeah. Found themselves trying to occupy the same place.
Yep, funny how that happens. So we've got some neutral zone play here. No one in particular control, and another somewhat dangerous pass over by Duncan, but no Blues there up on the right wing, so the Knights will. Steinbronn with a bit of a move, in fact, will take it out, and he's got some time here. 2 Blue defenders back, so let's see what he does. He just walks it in, takes a shot from almost at the blue line.
Well, now the Knights need to anticipate. He's now in the zone. There's no defenseman, nobody covering his defensive spot.
And we've got a foot race here. The Knights, a good turn there, actually, in fact, by McIntosh. Defending for the Knights, getting back, and he's going to bring it all the way in. And it's cleared out again by the Blues. Some good defensive plays by the Blues to clear the blue line, but there's no forwards out there to actually collect it most of the time. Yeah,
both teams were kind of a bit of a change there. The Knights were changing both front and back.
Yeah, that's always risky, but no harm, no foul, as Lett of the Knights brings it in. Oh, a bit of a backhand.
Nice backhand.
Yeah, he got a bit on that. It went wide, but I mean, he got elevation and some power on it. And if the Blues can get through here, they're going to be away, but they're kept to the side defensively by the Knights. Thrown on net. Fraken really didn't want to play that to any of his defenders, which, if you want to freeze the puck, freeze the puck.
In that situation, I would have said the same thing. Nobody was ready for it. And at this level, you don't want to just launch at somebody, because basically what you're going to have is a turnover coming right back at you. So he did the smart thing by covering the puck.
And so we'll have a face-off in the Knights' defensive zone. The Blues, a bit of a backhand throw towards the net by Matt Coleman. Deflected out. Oh, dangerous throw towards the front of the net by Alan Patton of the Blues. Oh, and a good, powerful shot by Nick Hannes. He wanted that second goal, but it's along the ice, and Fraken was down, and he collected it.
Yeah, they might have got that one waved off. Brandon Wiggins was standing almost both feet in the crease, so he needs to be watching that.
Yeah, the last thing you want is to be in the crease and have that goal waved off.
Yeah, somebody's going to be upset with you.
Yep. So the Blues control it. Good shot deflected by Etnaya. That was Alan Patton of the Blues, so that's gone wide. Thrown towards net again along the ground by Nick Hannes, and I mean, a good stop by Fraken, but wasn't really threatening anything there. As you mentioned earlier, he went down early, so all he had to do was collapse on that.
Well, he didn't give up a big rebound.
Yep.
That situation was an easy one because he played it correctly. But the puck hitting only went out about 6 inches. It made it easy for him to reel in.
Yep, so 2-1 to the Blues with, 5 minutes left. in the first period, and another shot on goal, but another shot along the ground. Interesting, because the 2 goals they've had have been in the air, aerial, so Freken perhaps not feeling too threatened down. Oh my goodness. A good shot by Haynes and almost deflected in by the Blues, who were in the crease. And then we've got a shot on goal and a goal by the Blues.
That's Patton again.
That is Alan Patton, and he got that one up from a bit of an angle. And
deflection somewhere. I'm not sure where, but it either hit the goalie in the end or hit somebody in front of him in the end.
That was a good play. He kind of came away with it. The Blues have been throwing it to dangerous spots all day, and rather than throwing it to the slot, he goes, you know what, I'm going to throw it on net. And as you said,
when you've got a defenseman like Haynes back there launching those big missiles, you never know what's going to happen. It creates a lot of chaos around the net. So the Blues are taking advantage of that big time.
That's right. And if you're watching Freken, every time Haynes gets it at the point, he's immediately going covering down. You know? Oh, a shot on goal and a rebound. That was a very, very good effort there by the
almost had a goal there. Really good effort right in front of the net.
Yeah, she had one of those the last time the Knights played as well.
I remember that, yeah. She came really close. I think it was an early whistle that kept her from having it.
Freken, he plays this one and causes Kevin Coble's voice to go a bit high-pitched because that was a dangerous play. He kind of puck-handled it towards himself, but he had control.
He did.
Steered it aside, and the
Makes
Knights
it look a little more scary than it has to be, maybe.
The Blues throw it towards their offensive zone, and they're going to get it in. McIntosh of the Knights leaves it behind, and the Blues are going to have a golden opportunity. Steered aside by Freken. You hear the ohs of the bench, because that was a good shot and a good save by the goalie. And wow, the Blues are keeping that intensity up. Frozen by Freken and patted on the head by Reed Jensen, who is waiting for the rebound.
And it's always good to see, teams, good team spirit there by, congratulating the goalie there. Reed Jensen, just kind of saying, good job there. That could have been a goal very easily if it would have been a rebound.
Oh, that's right. And there's a lot happening, particularly in the Blues offensive zone. We've got 3 minutes left in that first period. The Knights just want to get to the break and maybe reformat.
I agree. They need a breath.
Another shot on goal from the point. That one went wild. That was Lyle Collins. And what are we seeing there? No goal.
Bad defensive pass backwards right into the front of the net, and the Blues jumped on it, and Freken made a really good save there. It could have been easily 4-1 right now.
Yep. Freken has had a few good saves already. He's
had a lot of good saves. I mean, the goals that have been scored by the Blues have been mostly good goals.
And a face-off win by the Blues here, and they almost try to throw it towards the net again. Lyle Collins does throw it towards the net, but we've got a bit of a soccer save.
Yeah, nice footwork there.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize you just stick your foot out. It's a lot easier than trying to corral it with the stick.
And that is Steinbrunn, so we'll give the shout-out to him with a bit of soccer play. Oh, it's going to be kept in. Does not trickle across the line. The Knights try to force it towards the net, more out of will than anything. Reed Jensen, he wants another goal.
He's a good skater. I wouldn't be surprised to see him up in the intermediate division next year.
Absolutely.
Maybe earlier.
Yeah, and he's threatening again. He's not only good skating, but he's actually working for the puck.
Yeah.
We're going to have 2 defensive Knights very close together, Steinbrunn and McIntosh.
Ooh.
Gently thrown out. Cannot be collected by Alicia Cummins of the Knights. And it's going to be, again, thrown in by the Blues. Zach Prochetto was hoping for a rebound, but Craig Freken was down as goalie for the Knights, and he's got another save to his name.
I think he's thinking the same thing we are. Let's get to the first period break and kind of regain some composure. The Knights had control the first part of the game, a really good control, and now it's reversed, and now the Blues are keeping it in their zone, and they got Haynes back on point again.
Yep.
He's been making a difference today.
He's got a powerful shot from that right point. And Haynes is going to come back.
Boy, Lett's moving. Look at Lett.
Ooh, dangerous throw across the net. Lett could not quite get to it, and it's collected by Brody Sargent for the Blues. And the Blues are going to clear it here, and they've got almost a 3-on-1. Oh, but the Knights hustle to get back, and they're going to corral him there.
Good bag checking by the Knights.
Yep. But it's not over yet for Lett. Ooh, thrown towards net. Craig Freken, though, he did have control of the post. 25 seconds left as time trickles away for the period. And Reynolds going to have space here if he can get through. Good defensive play, though, by Brody Sargent. Reynolds still has it. And
Still got a good shot
He
off.
had that side open. He couldn't quite get it on net. Dangerously thrown. Cannot be collected or thrown on the backhand by Annette Houston. She was in a good place again.
5 seconds.
Annette Naya just needs to ice it here because there's 5 seconds. And now 3, 2, 1. That'll come to the end of the period. Oh.
Well, Larry Hippen was posted up right in front of Fraken, and that shot, the block he made, he didn't see that puck coming.
Yep.
You got to be getting those screens out of the way. If they allow him to sit there that long, there's going to be other goals like that.
Well, and I mean, that's a good period of hockey. 3-1, that's a comfortable lead in a sense for the Blues. But the Knights, if they can get that offensive pressure like they had in the first maybe 10 minutes of the game, there's no reason they can't evaporate that lead.
Well, 2 goals with this much time left. There's still 2 periods left to go, and they got guys like Weimer and Nick Reynolds on the team that can score.
Yep.
So there's 2 goals can evaporate really, really quickly.
Yep, that's right. So just a brief recap of the statistics. We had Nick Haynes with the first goal for the Blues, followed by Nick Reynolds for the Knights, tying it up 1-1. But then the Blues 2 goals in a row to take that 3-1 lead. Reed Jensen and then Alan Patton. What do you think the Knights are saying on their bench at the moment?
Well, hopefully nothing too colorful, knowing John. But I think, it's way too early to panic. And I think that's probably exactly what he's telling us. Don't get down on yourselves yet. They've been in this boat before. They just have to keep their heads up and keep skating hard. And get the puck to the guys who are, hot-handed. Get it to Weimer. Get it to Nick Reynolds up front. Get the puck around the net and bang around and get that puck in there. So.
Yep.
And, keep back checking. They can't give up these odd man breaks too many times without giving up more goals.
So we commence this second period here. The Blues up 3-1. We change ends, and let's take it away. Neutral zone attacking here. Ooh, almost collected, and he would have been away for the Blues, would have Alan Patton. Oh. And he's still got it. A very dangerous throw towards net, and then he crashes into the goalie.
Heads up.
Heads up, the play is not blown dead.
No. Puck must have been loose in front of the net there.
Knights have control. Oh, but no. That was a very aggressive play by Weimer of the Knights, but he couldn't even clear the blue line, unfortunately. He's going to skate after it here.
Oh, here we go.
We got a foot race. Weimer of the Knights does get it. He throws it to a dangerous spot when there are players there. There was no one there in particular.
And nobody was home. He was the first one there by a long shot, so he didn't have a lot of plays there.
Yeah, coming up wide and pushed wide by the Blues players. So good defensive play by the Blues to start the period.
Looks like he's trying to make something happen. Weimer's really skating hard.
And Brady Sargent of the Blues very confidently behind his own net, but pestered by Mathers.
There's Patton again.
Oh, and that's a very good pass, as it turns out. Deflected away by the Knights defenseman, and a bit of desperation here by one of the Knights wingers, and Rasevsky. Blues are going to keep it in, though. It's going to be played by Fraken of the Knights behind the net, and then passed off to his defender. Taken up to Mathers, a bit of an awkward deflection, and Weimer is away. If he can get a few strides in, he is away. He's got the one-on-one.
Oh, nice.
Good defensive play by Haynes to pester him just that little bit so he couldn't make another
and not
cut.
Get a penalty either. So that's 2 things in one.
That was clean.
Really.
And we're going to have another opportunity, another breakaway by the Blues here at the other end of the ice.
Nice stop. Breaking with a very nice stop on a clear breakaway.
Yeah, that was Alan Patton. He looked up, he tried to pick a pocket, and saved by Fraken. Oh, we got a bit of a...
Mathers on the ground blocking shots.
Yeah, I mean, he'll take that. It didn't get to the dangerous spot, and then Alicia Cummins is trying to throw it up the boards, but we've got 3 Blues who are going to keep it in from that side. A few genuine chances for both teams here. Collision between players. It's behind the Knights' net. Defensively, they have it. Try to pass it across to Alicia Cummins. She can't quite handle it.
Oh!
He wanted that. Nick Haynes really wanted that one-timer from the point, despite having a fair bit of time. It's fair to say.
A little cocky there. He's had some good shots in this game.
Yeah, maybe he's got a radio in his helmet and he can hear all the positive things we're saying about that shot.
Well, if he listens to this, you really screwed that one up, Nick. I actually played on the team in the Wall with Nick. He's a really good defenseman.
Yeah.
And really nice guy. I really like playing with him. So, he's got a mean shot.
And so the consequence of that missed one-timer was it came down and then it was iced by the Blues, so we're going to have a face-off in their defensive zone here. The score is still 3-1, 3 minutes into the second period here.
A lot of hockey left to play. That 3-1 can become something else really, really quick.
Absolutely.
And these teams really do feel like they can beat each other. So they're both playing as hard as they can.
Good face-off battle, won by the Blues there and taken away. Good play there by Reed Jensen using the boards. Defensively steered aside by the Knights, and then Reed Jensen throws it in. Zach Bruschetto of the Blues is going to come together with Tom Mavridis of the Knights. And what even happened there? That was
I don't know. That looked really close.
It was in a dangerous spot. There were a lot of Knights around to clear it out, but, I mean, it ended up in that spot. And then, Rich Harms throws it into danger's way for the Blues. Thrown across to the crease.
There it is.
Steered aside by Fraken, I believe. I think he may have prevented that from getting any further out. And the Knights are going to barely clear. Yep. And then we've got Jeff Duncan of the Blues.
This is a bit of a mismatch. The Knights have a slower line in there, except for maybe Fortney. That Reed Jensen and Bruschetto really can skate. So I think, with Duncan out there, this could be a really bad tandem or combination for the Knights to see.
And Jeff Duncan just threw it dangerously across the ice. There were two Blues there. Neither one of them could get the stick on it. So it is going to barely clear the zone, and they're going to have to reset. Yep. Just dumped in by Lyle
Bruschetto
Collins.
doesn't understand. He didn't see it clear.
Yeah, I mean, he was perhaps very excited about that opportunity, but it was offsides by a yard or two. Yep.
It's a quick game. Sometimes if you're not looking right when it happens, you don't absorb what transpired.
And so we will have a face-off at center ice.
I wonder why center ice.
Yeah, let's just roll with it, shall we?
No skin off our nose.
Yeah, Let of the Knights up the left wing, throws it towards Halston of the Knights, goes towards a bit of a dangerous spot, but it's going to be steered aside by Brody Sargent of the Blues, clears the zone. The Knights have time to reset. Good pass over to Etnaya. And we've got Let again, I believe, battling and hacking away at the puck. Cody Clark of the Blues, though, does a good job of not letting him get past him, and the Blues are going to reset from behind there and go, dangerous move inside, but
that's heinous.
Nice move if it works, right? And then Halston kind of threw her head back and went, if I could have just got a stick on that. And the Knights are going to bring it in again, and good defensive play by the Blues, we have to say. They've steered it outside.
Like an iron door right there at the front. They can't seem to get it past them.
Yeah, and that was Brody Sargent with that good play. Brody Sargent and Nick Haynes defensively.
Offsides.
Bit of an opportunity had it not been offsides for the Knights, but I think there were maybe two of them offsides.
Yeah, so. I was looking at the small collision. Halston and Hippen were both down, and I didn't even see the puck come out of the zone. Well, goes to show you.
Here we go, so a face-off just outside the offensive zone. And it is thrown in, and Halston keeps it inside, falls over. Let has a lot of time here, and he's got a player in front.
Beautiful play.
Good pass. Couldn't quite get it in the wheelhouse, though. Could Reynolds, so no shot on net.
This is the best pressure they've had in a while.
Oh, that was very dangerous. A good pass by Net Halston across, and couldn't be collected by Let that time. And they're going to have to reset. And now they are on sides, and they will reset. Yep. The Blues, Brody Sargent has it behind the net, and he's confidently holding it behind the net. Throws it along the boards, cannot be collected by his teammate. Nick Reynolds has got a genuine opportunity here, but it's blocked by Nick Haynes. Very good block. And thrown out, and they're going to be a foot race here. McIntosh of the Knights is going to try and get back, but the Blues have got an opportunity. Woo! Way to get back.
Yeah, that puck took a weird turn, got up on its side, and actually went right to the defenseman as opposed to the breakout.
And as we're speaking, a shot on goal by the Blues, steered aside by Fraken, but barely steered aside.
Yeah.
Close shot, and that was Nick Haynes again from that point.
He is an enforcer out there. He's a big guy.
That's right. The Knights have a line change, and luckily they've got their two defensemen back at the very least. And they're going to take it forward here.
Well, they got caught changing.
Walks it in, does McIntosh of the Knights. Good, powerful shot, but it's wide.
Too wide.
Kept in by the Knights. We've got three of them in a little triangle over there. And then the Blues take advantage of that, and it's going to be a breakaway here. Patton of the Blues brings it in. He's got on the forehand. He throws it towards the net. And he beat him to the near side, I believe. Good shot by Alan Patton.
He had nobody out there with him, no defenseman, nobody to pass it to. It was one-on-one, him and Craig, and he won that one.
And I mean, he showed the shot.
He did.
Sometimes when they come in on the breakaway, there's too much puck handling, but he just got it in the position, waited, saw a gap, and threw it through.
Yep.
4-1 to the Blues.
Yeah, exactly. You look at Craig down there now going like, what should I have done differently? Yeah. It's always easy to think about it after it happened, but there's only split seconds involved in making a decision on what to do.
And the Blues are going to win it forward.
Patton's down there again.
Patton again. Oh, thrown on net. Dangerous deflection there. That was a good shot by Brandon Wiggins. And the Knights are going to try and take it away. Lett tries to hit two of his players, but he cannot. And the Knights eventually get control. Weimer very careful not to go offside, but steered aside by Jeff Duncan of the Blues in defense. Weimer's going to try and bring it in now. Mather, if he can collect it, could get a shot on goal, but he cannot.
Here we go again.
Wiggins, again. We've got Alan Patton up the left side. Etnai is going to try and cut him off. Thrown on net, no 5-hole available, but it's in a very dangerous spot. Alan Patton's got the rebound.
Craig got that one.
And he was in fact, from my angle at least, he was throwing that shot wide. Fraken got across to it and he collected the rebound, so no harm, no foul there.
No score anyway.
No score.
What is Patton? Has he gotten 2 already, or is that? Feels like he's got 5 or 6.
Well, he's had a good game, if nothing else. Alan Patton, yes, he does have the last 2 goals for the Blues. So 2 goals thus far.
He hasn't caught his limit yet.
Not yet. No one's hit that hat-trick limit yet. Blues, they've got some sustained pressure. My observation, at least, is when the Knights do bring it in, they're very much kept to the boards. They haven't had a chance to bring it to any dangerous spots. So good defense by the Blues as well. Right
after the period break, you saw one line, the Nick Reynolds line, along with Lett and Halston. They had some really sustained pressure, but then since then, there hasn't been a lot of things that the Knights have done well.
Oh, and so Fortney of the Knights is going to bring it and almost duck and weave through 4 of the Blues.
Wow.
He still has possession behind the net.
Throws
it to a dangerous spot. We've got a shot on goal and into the bread basket.
Yeah.
He kind of motions towards his teammate, Does Mavridis, and say, yeah, I tried.
There's a practice that pervades, which is trying to score through the goalie's logo on his chest. And I've never seen that work because there's just too much to go through.
So that was a good play by Fortney, though. As I said, there were 4 Blues on him. He had all of the pressure, and he still ended up with it behind the net and threw it to a very dangerous spot, hit his teammate, and a shot on goal. So they're going to have the face-off here in their offensive zone, do the Knights.
And this was the line I said earlier that really did kind of click, and they're already getting the pressure.
A very, very dangerous keep, and still dangerous is Mavridis of the Knights.
And they got 2 people in front of the net.
And they've
got Reynolds.
They've got an opportunity here. Good backhand throw. Nice. Shot on net as well.
Goalie had it covered
by Reynolds. That was a good play, though. That was a good play.
And Nick would have had to have gotten it up and over the goalie's shoulder for that one to have worked.
Yep, he shot close near side, and he was already covering the post, was Punsalan. So no real genuine chance there. But the Knights are going to take a bit of heart from this. Calls of boards and then thrown up the center. Zach Bruschetta was almost away again. Offsides.
Yeah, just barely.
Etnai throws his head back and goes up.
Yeah, well, he tried to play the puck really quickly, and Halston hadn't quite cleared the zone yet. He was trying to get that timing perfect, and just barely missed it.
So 8 minutes left in the second period, a relatively even period, but the Blues have the edge in the score, 4-1.
And this period's only been 1-0 pretty much. So it's still anybody's game.
Oh, bit of a battle there.
Yeah, I think Lett won that battle.
Lett throws the body against his opposing center and Zach Bruschetta, and they kind of stumble.
Yeah, well, he's got a little bit of a size advantage there. Good pressure.
And he's away. He's away for the Blues is Reed Jensen.
Nice stop, Craig Fraken.
Thrown on net, no rebound at all. Etnaya for the Knights was getting back defensively, but the Blues really had a bit of a 2-on-none.
Well, it was 2-on-1 at the first pass.
Yeah.
The Knights were pressuring. There's a lot of checking down in the zone. They were trying to get a turnover, and then they cleared it behind them, and that's what you get.
So let's see how the Blues go here. They've got arguably their two most dangerous defensemen. They've got Brody Sargent and Nick Haynes up at the points. Face-off won by no one in particular, but the Blues eventually get possession, and Lett is going to take it out for the Knights. Annette Halston is going to have a very far on the left wing.
Nice
and
pass.
A very good pass. Cannot quite be collected by Lett of the Knights. And now the Blues, with pace, were coming out of their zone. Back and forth. Here are some neutral zone battles. Kind of swept away on the backhand, but we've got two Knights fighting over one another.
Nice effort by Lett.
Yep.
And a nice centering pass by Lett.
Some good, very good steered inside there, but the Blues are going to have time. Safely thrown out there by Reed Jensen of the Blues defensively. Steinbronn of the Knights is going to collect it, though, in his own zone. Bring it into the neutral zone and throw it over to Weimer, who just came on the bench. Nick Reynolds is all alone in the center, and he throws it just behind him, unfortunately. He had the right idea, but Weimer couldn't quite hit him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Reynolds was on the end of his shift.
Yeah.
Weimer came out fresh, and Reynolds was pretty much beat.
And the Blues clear it down, but it's one of those spinning pucks, which isn't going to be icing. Good, safe pass through and across. The Blues are going to try and keep it in at the point, but it's possessed by the Knights. Weimer cannot collect it, does a bit of a dancing move, throws it across to Mather of the Knights. Steered.
A dancing move?
Yeah, he was dancing around the puck, not really doing much with it, unfortunately. And the Blues are going to take it up the left wing. Saying that name again, Zach Brichetto, who's got some space here. He's steered to the side, thrown on net.
He's pretty quick. He's got some speed, skates really well.
As the Blues from the point throw it forward. The Knights clear it out, but Blues are going to have possession in the neutral zone here. Throws it up the right side. No one in particular going for it, though. Steinbronn of the Knights eventually gets to it. However, it's possessed by the Blues, thrown towards the net, a bit of an odd bounce, but it's wide, deflected by one of the Knights defensemen. The Blues have control behind the net, and that's going to be an icing, I believe, or are they going to say? No.
Yeah, no icing. There it is. That was a delayed icing, delayed for a while. They finally called it.
Yeah, one of those icings where it went very close to a Blues player, and they didn't go for it, and neither ref really wanted to call it. So
well, both teams seem to be a little bit of everybody seems to be tired, and there was a lot of sloppy play there in the zone, and nobody seemed to really want to get that puck. And now they got to get a little hungry. This is a nice chance. If they can get a goal real quick right here for the end, it really gives them a chance in the third.
Well, here we go. The Blues are going to try and get another goal to extend that lead.
Oh.
We've got some falling. The Knights have possession. A dangerous pass to the center, but Weimer was there, and he cannot quite take it away. Very good keep there by Lyle Collins. And are we going to have another icing? No, we're not, because Jeff Duncan is very speedy, and he gets back. He throws it across to his teammate, and that's going to clear the defensive zone. And coming through with a head full of steam here, we've got Patrick McFarland for the Blues.
Stolen by Alicia Cummings.
And then taken back by McFarland.
Wow.
Oh, he's going to have a shot on goal here. Went
awesome.
wide across the goalie. Fraken was already down, but no shot on goal. And Weimer's going to have time here. It's going to be a one-on-one if he can get forward. And what's he do? Oh, he does puck handle around. He's in a dangerous position. Thrown up, I believe may have hit the helmet of the Blues goalie in Punsalan, but a very good save positionally. And the Blues are going to try and clear it out here. Lyle Collins from just around behind the net, and he does. He hits Patrick McFarland, but the good keep there by the Knights. Steinbronn keeps it in. Alicia Cummins has some time here, fans on a shot. Mather tries to put it back across to her. Mather gets it again.
Another good stop.
Yeah, and a good shot as well by Ryan Mather. And the Blues, they do eventually get it out. We're not going to have an icing here. McIntosh is going to collect it for the Knights at his blue line. He's pressured by two Blues, though. If they can get through, they're away. And kind of dumped in. It's going to be a foot race here. Patrick McFarland of the Blues pressuring the Knights defenseman, and the Knights in Steinbronn is going to have time behind the net. Throws it up to the point, and it's kept in, unfortunately for the Knights. Thrown on net. Was that Lyle Collins from the point?
I didn't even see who it was. No, 17?
Yep, 17.
Yeah, it's Lyle Collins.
Yep, he kept it at the point at the very least, and that was a good keep. And
him and Halston were battling out there in the corner, and she made a nice move. I thought she was off to the races, and he just kept it in the zone and then put a nice long-distance shot.
So 2 minutes left in the second period here. Relatively even contest in the second period at least, but one additional goal to none for the Knights. So the Blues are taking that 4-1 lead. They'll be happy to take that into the third. They'll be happier if they get another dangerous shot on net by the Blues, but steered aside by Fraken.
Haynes, better hurry up. Courtney is moving fast.
So Etnire of the Knights, some neutral zone passing, and Rich Harms, he's got a bit of time here, but he's going to be corralled by 3 Blues.
Yeah.
Just kept in.
Kept it in. Everybody needs to make a move to the net. There we go. And nobody wants the puck.
What? We hear someone shouting, "Get it out!" And eventually the Blues do get it out. Oh, and if he can cut in here, the Blues player is going to be away. Matt Coleman, shot on net.
Captain of the Blues.
Juicy rebound. But we're going to have to whistle because eventually Fraken does get to it, as we had maybe 2 Blues trying to steer aside.
Yeah, Matt had a really nice chance there. Fraken kind of sucked that one up and got a good freeze in front of the net. But there's under a minute to go. But this is when a lot of weird stuff can happen in a game, right before a period ends.
Absolutely. And, I mean, the Knights would love a goal, but it's in the wrong end of the ice. Good shot on net by the Blues from the point. Stumbling across.
Here's their chance.
Brandon Wiggins, and they're going to have time here. They got 27 seconds, which is plenty of time. Let comes up the left wing.
He needs to
They're
turn on the
onside.
Jets.
Rusevsky is in the slot, but there are 2 Blues back there, and he's pressured enough by the Blues defenseman that he does not get that shot on net. 13 seconds left, so still some time, but the Blues are going to look to clear it here. Alan Patton throws it. Very good keep by the Knights. Thrown on ice, deflected by one of the Blues player. Tried to jam it in. Oh, it kind of pops across the crease, and the Knights can't quite get it in.
Wow.
And that's the buzzer. Perhaps their most serious opportunity for goal of the period. As you said, strange things can happen at the very end. That was Reynolds who couldn't quite collect it.
And there were a couple of nights right in front of the net stuff. They were getting chances. They just couldn't quite get the handle on it. And the goalie for the Blues, Damon's coming up with a lot of really good stops, and he's been very consistent, giving the Blues a chance to keep that lead. Wow.
And keep the lead they do. They extended, in fact, for this period. So it's going to be 4-1 at the end of the second going into the third.
And that's a big hole to climb out of. That's a big hole.
Yeah. I mean, each of the teams are meeting with their respective coaches. We've got Tim Young for the Blues kind of giving them some advice, and we've got Reich out for the Knights, who he's gesturing with his hands here, so he's probably got a serious point to make.
Yeah, he's not talking about going out to grab a bite to eat after the game.
No, we got a lot of finger pointing.
Yeah.
And, I mean, each team very quiet, just listening to their coaches here. A strategy change perhaps going to need to be in place for the Knights if they're going to reduce that deficit, and the Blues are going to.
Well, if I know John well enough, I know what he's saying is win this period.
Yep.
Win this period.
Yep.
You create a small, accomplishment there. You want to be able to do something positive before the end of this game. 4 goals is a lot to ask, but if you say win this thing by 1 and you have a small victory there, you never know what might happen. They may get 2 quick goals and be right back in it.
So before the puck drop to start the third period, we'd like to thank our sponsors again. We're going to thank the primary sponsor of D-League Radio, which is the Keg Stand at 3530 Westtown Parkway in West Des Moines. A full menu of some of the best food in town, not to mention the beers available, of course. And just a great place to hang with friends or catch games on the big screen.
And they've got bubble hockey now.
They do have bubble hockey and some tournaments which have been popping up. We would also like to thank So Cherry Screen Printing and Sewing, your short-run garment specialist, as I hesitate a bit because that was a dangerous play by the Knights. But yeah, we do need to thank them for their support of D-League Radio.
Ooh, deflection. Went off Locke Collins and into the goalie.
A save and no goal, so I'll keep going here. But the official outfitter of the CIDL, check them out on the web at socherry.com or have a look at them on Facebook to get some updates of what they're doing. And we would also like to thank Red Dragon Herbs, custom blended tea, loose leaf herbal teas in particular, and teas from around the world. Worth checking out if you're a fan of tea, or perhaps even if you're not a fan of tea.
And breakaway.
And we do have a breakaway by the Blues. Bruschetto. And he's got the goal! What a goal that was! Fraken, with the initial save, he kept low and he steered it aside. And Bruschetto, he didn't have much time to respond there. Those are hard to collect your own rebound, but he does, and he throws it into the net.
Well, the hardest thing, Fraken did a great move by stacking the pads and making Bruschetto beat him. It went right into the pads. Unfortunately, went right back to him.
Yep, and I mean, even if the puck comes to you, you still got to throw it in that gap, and he did. That's a great goal. He's been threatening to do that most of the game. He's had a few almost breakaways or a few breakaways where he's kept wide, so he's going to be thrilled to finally get one there. And the Blues, they're up 5-1 now. That's the last thing the Knights wanted. Probably the last thing they were talking about at the break, of course, and the Blues are going to threaten offensively again. Brought in by Reed Jensen.
Yeah, he took advantage of that speed he's got.
Alicia Cummins, though, will at the very least tie them up. It's going to trickle through some Knights players. Jennifer Wubbin is going to try and pressure along the boards as the Knights try to take it out. Pressure she does, and the Blues are going to... Ooh, no, they do not keep it in a deflection. Steinbrunn's away. He's got 2 Blue defenders. He's kept wide, though, very wide.
Good defensive play.
Oh, bit of a...
Backhand pass.
Backhand. Yeah. We won't go as far as to say saucer pass, but a backhand overhead pass.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Blues...
Oh, man. Bruschetto's flying.
He is flying, and he did a good... Oh.
What?
Are they calling offsides?
I thought the puck was on the line, so I didn't think that counted.
I was going to say he did a very good job to pressure the Knights player who got to the puck first without giving away a penalty with the stick lift.
Now that was, they're up 5-1, and he's still pressuring hard, and the Blues are still playing hard. They're not going to give them anything. They're not giving them any benefit of the doubt either.
And I mean, anything can happen in a hockey game, so that pressure does have to be sustained. As the Knights take it away, kept wide again is Let. Oh, that was a very smart hockey play. Throwing backhand towards the net.
I think Halston had a really good chance at that rebound. She made a really good shot. The goalie just up to the challenge and was there.
And we've got a very vocal Blues bench. I'm not sure for the save or perhaps for an altercation with the goalie, but
I think they're just pumping up their goalie because he's kept them in this game. He's gave them the opportunity. Is this a penalty shot?
It's coming all the way down.
All the way down.
So, and a penalty to Let?
Yeah.
I mean,
the
lounge perhaps saw more than we did. So if anyone wants to kind of do some charades and let us know.
Is there anybody in the lounge actually watching the game? They're just drinking up there.
Yeah.
The Pirate Cove Drinking Club.
And the Knights are on the penalty kill now. The Blues are going to be thrilled with that. They can hold or extend their lead here, hopefully. And we've got 13 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third period, and that 4-goal lead is looking more and
nice
more.
Play by Mather to not be offsides. A lot of times, you see guys just take off offsides like that, but he's very good patience.
The Blues are going to take it away here, though. Good pass across ice for the Blues. Cody Clark can't quite collect it, though, so Reynolds for the Knights brings it up the right side. Oh, he cuts in.
Oh, my goodness. Nick Reynolds with a really good move, just couldn't finish it.
And that's half the difficulty as a forward. It's easy to get in. It's hard to actually cut in eventually.
And you say it's easy to get in. I don't think it's that easy to get in.
And he can't get the shot away, unfortunately. But that was a good play and some good defensive play by the Blues.
Yeah.
As it comes back down, trickles towards the net. Ednei couldn't quite clear it defensively, so Craig Fraken dives on it and says, we'll take this stoppage with 53 seconds left in the penalty.
Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to remind everybody about the first annual All-Star Game for the CIDL. February 10th, 2018. Your tickets are $20, and those of you in the lounge that don't have your tickets yet, John Sessions back there at the table. Go get your tickets. Go get your tickets now.
And $20 for what amounts to a pretty good deal, right?
It's a heck of a day. The novice game, the intermediate division game, family skate, and then the Iowa Wild Pink in the Rink game. So, yeah, full day of activities.
Yep, great deal if you're available. And
Patton off to the races.
Ednei is going to get back and hopefully cut off that opportunity. He brings it around the net.
Oh, my goodness. Nice pass to Brandon Wiggins.
And what is happening here? The puck is nowhere in particular. It's eventually shoveled out by the Knights. Tom Mavridis. Another shot by
Nick Haynes.
Yep, I shouldn't even have to look his name up because if there's a forceful shot coming from the point, it's probably coming from him today. That's a good shot on goal, but it's
swallowed
kept
up by the freaking.
Swallowed is a good word because there was no rebound whatsoever there.
No, and that's exactly what you want. He swallowed it up whole and just kept it there. And at this point, I think, for the goalie at this point, he just wants to keep the score where it is. So freezing the puck for him is the best choice.
Oh, we've got some shouting. I'm not sure what in particular it's for, as the Knights defensively get it out. Weimer is trying to be a bit sneaky here, and he's kind of creeping towards his blue line, and he gets possession.
Oh, nice
Cuts
move.
Inside, and he cannot quite keep it, but he's going to have it on the right side, throws it towards the net. No Knights there to deflect it, though. Rasevsky is going to get it, throw it back to that dangerous spot. No Knights sticks to take possession. Thrown in by the point.
Here comes Patton.
Here comes Patton, and that was a good, he didn't even let it get anywhere near a dangerous spot. He blocked it himself. And the Knights are going to have to reset here. Steinbron tries to throw it forward, and he can't keep it. We've got Alan Patton again, throws it in offensively. McIntosh for the Knights. Throws it out. There will be no icing here because it's collected by Jeff Duncan of the Blues defensively. Throws it across to his defensive counterpart. And what do we have here? Oh, a bit of a foot race, a one-on-one challenge there, and the Knights somewhat get possession. We've got a neutral zone pinball game here at the moment.
Yeah. The ice is getting a little rough. You're starting to see a few people fall.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gashes, I think, in that ice. And one thing that strikes me funny is seeing Jeff Duncan out there with the Blues team. He's got to be a heck of a teacher out there for these guys. I mean, this guy's done so many things in hockey. Seeing him over there on the bench must be, really good for the Blues, just to have him over there to talk to and to been there, done that.
Right, a calming presence, if nothing else.
Exactly. He's like a coach on the ice.
So we're back to even strength hockey and have been for the last minute or so. But the Blues are going to keep it in. The Knights, with some time, though, are going to try and bring it forward. We've got Steinbron very slowly, but purposefully, it's worth saying, as he brings it in. He's kept wide again, though, by the Blues. Patton skates around, but he had that poke check in to dispossess him, and the Blues are going to collect it, try to throw it up the boards. We may have an icing call, but
nope, not going to make it.
No, McIntosh trying to do his best slow skater impression, but no icing there. And, it was a pretty good pass, good intent, but couldn't be collected by Rich Harms of the Knights at the point. And the Blues are going to, again, reset. Nick Haynes.
Oh, I think he's got aspirations of taking it down. He better hurry. Fortney's all over him.
Bringing up the right side. Fortney pressures him there and does keep him wide. Oh, he's cut in. If he can get possession here, and he cannot. Defensively by the Knights. Rich Harms is going to have to pressure him here. Nick Haynes is going to try and walk it in. Good throw towards the net. Reed Jensen couldn't quite get it on.
And you see Wade Bruschetta drop back to cover Nick Haynes' defensive position.
That's right.
Good practical hockey play right there.
And not only cover defensively, but he throws it on net, again along the ice, and Fraken has looked very comfortable with those shots along the ice from the point.
He's seeing those. The Blues were creating a lot of screens in front of him. They kind of stopped doing that, and now that he's seeing the shots, he's stopping the shots.
Face-off win by the Blues, thrown in by the point. Oh, a very dangerous deflection. Good defense by Etnier of the Knights. The Blues were hungry for another goal to extend that lead. And are we going to have another icing here? We are. Worth mentioning that the intensity of some of the skaters has dropped off a bit, perhaps not having the cardio to keep up that, that first
tired
period
at
intensity.
this stage. And for the Knights, they're a little bit, they're beaten down. They're losing 5-1. They know they're probably not going to win this game. So sometimes you start to quit a little bit before the game's over.
And another face-off in their defensive zone. 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third. Not much time at all left. Thrown forward by the Knights.
And there goes Lett.
Lett with the right idea, but
he's hustling still.
Dumps it into the corner, and now he's got his own possession. He collected his own dump there. Well done. And throws it towards the net, but good defensive play by the Blues.
He's working really, really hard.
And we've got an icing.
Yeah. And, this is a solid line. These guys have been working well together. One of the bright spots for the Knights tonight has been this offensive line. So maybe they can get something going here late just for a little bit of pride.
I mean, we can hope at least. We mentioned earlier we don't like seeing something resembling a blowout. 5-1, not quite getting there, but a very comfortable lead for the Blues.
With only 7 minutes to go, it's oh, nice shot by Annette.
Oh my. And stopped with the stick by Poncelon of the Blues, and then it kind of kept going with a bit of momentum.
It seemed like it had a weird spin to it.
Yep.
She's putting some junk on her shots now. A little mustard.
Oh, opportunity here.
Nick Reynolds with a good shot.
Mavridis, though, pinches perhaps a bit too much, and then Antnaya pinches as well. So the Blues are going to have another opportunity. They got a breakaway here. Shot on goal. Just taps it in, does Patrick McFarlane.
Yeah.
Very nice goal.
I think he was a little surprised he was that wide open, and he made a very nice shot to the outside of the net, that cornered shot.
Yep, it's one thing to get that breakaway. It's another thing to have poise and look for where the open net is.
Especially when you hear several guys behind you, and there were 3 Knights running him down. One thing, anytime you have speed, as soon as the puck's on your stick, you lose about a quarter of your speed. Some people way worse than that. So he was hearing the footsteps behind him, and he still made a really nice shot. So kudos to him. Really nice effort.
Very nice effort, and extends the lead further. 6-1. The Blues are up.
Oh, nice pass.
Weimar tries to hit Mather for the Knights, and he cannot. Oh, dangerous throw on net from a very acute angle there.
Well, the way it hit his stick, he actually ramped it right back up into himself.
But caught it with the gloves.
Yeah,
so.
he may say he did that on purpose, but I don't know. But he stopped it, so that's all that matters at this point.
So a face-off in the Blues defensive zone. The Blues, for the most part, have looked very comfortable defensively today.
The second 2 periods, the Blues have really just dominated. The Knights really need to kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit. Oh, that's out.
No keep. And the Knights eventually do hear that call
so
of
close.
offsides.
Here comes Mr. Heinous. Just ices it.
I mean,
I think Rafelski scared him. She was coming right at him, and Nick just kind of flinched and got rid of that puck.
Yeah, but it wasn't a gentle pass to anyone particular. It was an icing.
Well, at this stage of the game, there's no stop time. The puck time just ticks away.
6-1 to the Blues. 4 minutes left. Throwing across to Antnaya, and that would have been a good opportunity with an open shooting lane if he could collect it. Instead, he battles along the boards with Brandon Wiggins of the Blues. Cannot be kept by Brian Mather of the Knights. And, some back and forth here. And then if Wiggins can collect this, he's going to be away. But he's pressured by Antnaya of the Knights defensively, and he dumps it in.
Yeah, Brandon Wiggins is one of those skaters. He started last year, and you could tell he was very new to it. He's getting a lot better. You see him a lot more competent with the skates and the stick, and he knows where he's supposed to be. Getting better. It's what novice league's all about.
Oh, and here we go. Weimar, if he can cut in, he's going to have a very genuine opportunity. He brings it in. And the 2 of their stronger forwards there for the Knights. That was Mather with the rebound, and he couldn't quite get it in. Was that 2 saves by Poncelon? 2 genuine saves.
Yeah, Mather had a really good chance, but man, he blocks up really, really well.
Here's Mavridis. Dangerous throw across, and Mather cannot
good pressure
put it
by the
on
Knights.
Net. Oh, that was some good play by the Knights forwards. Some good saves by Poncelon.
There's a big matchup. Lett versus Heinous. That's Mavridis. 2 big guys still.
Here we go. But the Blues are playing conservative defensively here. There's 3 of them back. So a good drop pass to Weimar and another block by the Blues. That was Brody Sargent. Good block. Oh, and it comes to a very dangerous spot for Mather.
Big save.
And another save. He's having a very good game today as the Blues goalie.
Well, his team's playing really well in front of him. Goalies go by, luck a little bit, and they also go by, when the team's playing in front of them, they get a lot of confidence behind them.
So, no icing there. Perhaps came off a Knight's stick. I'm not sure, but they're gonna reset. Weimar again brings it in. He's got an opportunity here, but he falls to his knees.
With a good defensive play.
Yep, he was through though. He didn't have any Blues behind him if he could have just kept possession there. But easier said than done. The Blues throw it down to the other end of the ice. Rich Hum of the Knights collects it along the boards and throws it forward to no one in particular, and the Blues are not watching the puck. Brody Sargent was coming off for a change, and I think it went between his legs.
Yeah, they might be just happy they didn't get called for too many men on the ice at that point.
And what was that? That's the longest pass you'll ever see. If Fraikin can collect it, there will be no shot on goal, and he does. But that was closer than it had any right to be. Was that Brachetto again?
Yeah, he's flying.
Whew.
Yeah, Craig came out to play the puck, and he just kind of dove and didn't realize the puck wasn't moving that fast, and it took a while to get to him.
But he gets a save. Jeff Duncan defensively at the point, throws it in.
Oh my goodness.
Brachetto threw it to a dangerous spot, and he hacks a bit here at Fraikin with a very good save and no rebound.
A lot of good
whatsoever.
offensive play there, and then, Craig made a great stop, so it's some good hockey here at the end.
1 minute and 15 seconds left in the third period. No stop clock due to the margin. Oh, and that's going to be a genuine opportunity for the Blues. Yeah. Cannot quite collect it on his backhand, though, and kind of just pokes it towards the goalie. And Fraikin was there positionally, at least, down low.
Yeah, he was covering the ground. Anything lifted might have scored.
55 seconds left. Face-off in the Knights' defensive zone. Backhand pass across the ice by Brachetto. Throws it forward. And the Knights defensively, Steinbrunn is trying to get the puck, and we have two sticks tied up. Jennifer Wadman pressuring the Knights there. And the Blues are not letting up despite there being less than 30 seconds left. Halston tries to throw it to hit Fortney for the Knights and cannot. And no icing because McIntosh is back to beat that icing defensively. Throwing up the boards. Pressured by Reed Jensen, though, is the Knights. And then here comes Brachetto with a head full of steam. He cuts in. He's still cutting in. Throws it towards the net. It's in a very dangerous spot here, and it's still loose. Still loose. Wow, Fraikin really wanted to trap that, and he couldn't quite get his glove on it. And then another shot on goal blocked by Steinbrunn. And that is the game. They wanted that goal just to extend the lead 7-1.
Oh, you can tell they don't have any mercy for the Knights. They were ready to go for another goal.
No mercy shown today. Wow, a very, very interesting game, it's worth saying.
It took about one period before it became the Blues game. But the Knights had the first initial pressure. They were playing really well. And somewhere along the way, the wheels fell off of that bus.
So 6-1. Not a close margin by any stretch. No. And so the Blues, they'll be happy to say that they take sole ownership of that third place position. The Knights, maybe don't mention to them which position they are in on the ladder here.
Well, we don't have to say that one. They already know.
You do the math, right?
Exactly.
So,
wasn't the last game these two teams played? Wasn't it kind of reversed? Like a big margin for the Knights or something?
The last meeting. But yes, there has been a Knights win of 8-1, the Knights' sole win of the season. So the Blues otherwise pretty tight. 2-1 was the last win, 3-2 before that, 3-2 their first win. So the Blues haven't had a real blowout win against the Knights.
Until now.
I
think the Blues were on a mission, and they proved a point today.
Yep, so we'll go through and we'll name the scoreboard here. So 6-1 to the Blues. Nick Haynes opened the scoring in the first period, assisted by Larry Hippen Jr. Followed up by the Knights to tie the score was Nick Reynolds, even strength. Then we had Reed Jensen assisted by Zachary Brachetto for the Blues, and then Alan Patton assisted by Brandon Wiggins for the Blues. So that brought us to 3-1 at the end of the first, still within reach, you would say. The Blues with the sole goal of the second period, Alan Patton, even strength. 4-1 at the end of the second, and then Zachary Brachetto with a great goal where he got his own rebound and shoveled it in. An initial good save by Fraikin, but the rebound was there.
Perfect reason. That's why they always tell you, follow your shots. And he did exactly that.
Yep, and he was assisted by Jeff Duncan, probably way down the ice with a pass, because that was a breakaway.
Well, that's what Jeff Duncan can do, because he's Jeff Duncan.
That's right. He'll take that point. And then Patrick McFarland finishing off the scoring to bring it to 6-1 for the Blues, unassisted, even strength. Well, what can we say here just to wrap it up? The Blues will be happy to take away that win. As I said earlier, take sole possession of third place. and then hopefully push as the finals approach for one of those top 2 spaces, which are, at the moment at least, firmly in the position of the Wild, Goose, and the Bandits.
Who play later today.
Who do play later today. First and second, 2 very even teams. We'll see how that goes.
Well, I think this game goes to show you that any day anything can happen. Some days you're the Beamer and some days you're the deer. So today the Knights were the deer on the hood of the car. So maybe next time it'll be reversed.
Yep, maybe next time. And some relatively even play, but as you said earlier, particularly after that first period, the Blues just took it away. They looked dominant, like they were in position. As in the background here, we hear the scorekeepers just playing around with the clock, perhaps. Yep. So to wrap it up today, any passing final comments, Kevin?
Absolutely not. I think, it's one of those things where some games the score is like that. We got the Wanderers and the Wolverines coming up next. I think today is going to keep carrying on. It's some really great hockey. But the first 2 games today were a little bit of on the blowout side, and we'll see what happens the rest of the day. But, I can remind everybody about the All-Star game, the first annual All-Star game, CIDL, February 10th. Novice Division, Intermediate Division, Family Skate, and the Iowa Wild game later that day with the Pink in the Rink. So it's going to be $20 a ticket, and you get to see a lot of hockey and have a lot of fun. You should get to get on the ice yourself and skate around. Be a really good day of hockey, so don't forget to get your tickets from John Sesher over there in the lounge.
Yep, that's right. And good value for money.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at that, you've really got 4 separate events, including an Iowa Wild game for $20. Why not?
And again, you get to skate. And even if you don't skate, you can just walk around on the ice if you want. Sometimes people walk out with their kids, let their kids skate out there and stuff. It's just a really good time to have some family fun for the afternoon. Good thing to do during the wintertime.
That's right. Speaking of the winter time, we'd like to give a final thank you to our sponsors, starting with Red Dragon Herbs. With the cold and flu season, which I think everyone probably knows someone who knows someone who's at the very least had the flu.
Now. Yeah, right now, yeah.
Yep. Nothing better than a warm glass of herbal tea, and that's what they can provide there. They've got loose leaf herbal teas from around the world. Popular flavors including anti-inflammatory, Turkish apple, and the ever-popular chai.
What does anti-inflammatory taste like?
Probably terrible, but no, I'm not sure.
Well, I think Ryan Llewellyn may come up here and whoop you right now. No, I'm sure it tastes great. It's just a funny thing, but
it's a catchy title, but
herbal tea is like the thing now. I mean, my wife drinks a lot of different herbal teas.
And so you can visit them at the Farmers Market downtown during the summer on Saturdays, or visit them at reddragonherbs.net, or check them out on Facebook. We would also like to thank Sochari Screen Printing and Sewing, your short-run garment decorating specialists, custom jerseys or uniforms for any sport, no minimum order, which is always really cool. You got something fun that you want to do for you and a small team, or you in a 3-on-3 tournament, or just you. Then why not? Hit them up, give them a conversation, and at least
the crazier the idea, the better. They love that stuff.
Oh, I'm sure they do. And the official outfitter of the CIDL, providing the majority of the jerseys and all of the initial jerseys for the teams at the very least, and some nice jerseys there.
Sponsored by the Keg Stand.
Yep, and also the Keg Stand, the primary sponsor of D-League Radio. Its 3rd year of being the primary sponsor. Located at 3530 Westtown Parkway in West Des Moines. Over 90 beers on tap with new tappings every week, so it gives you an excuse to head down there every week. Yep. Open until 2 a.m., 7 days a week. Food specials Monday through Friday. Just a really great place to hang out, if nothing else, and the official long-term sponsor of D-League Radio, so a great place to support. The official home of the new CIDL, and as always, the home of D-League Radio. Yeah,
I'm sure there's a keg stand night coming up soon for the CIDL, so we'll keep everybody apprised on that.
Yep, well, I mean, Kevin, my final parting words is going to be, we saw some good hockey today, and particularly from the Blues, they're going to be thrilled with that, and they're going to say, yep, we did that to the Knights, who were tied for 3rd, but there's no reason we can't do that to the other teams. There's no reason we can't challenge those top 2 position getters.
If they play the way they played today, they can play with the other 2 teams.
Yep, and I mean, the breakaway goals in particular, finishing on those breakaways, throwing some dangerous passes around, they looked very good today. The Knights with a few good plays of their own, but Damon Punsalan in net for the Blues, steering aside even the most generous of opportunities, it's safe to say.
The speed was a deciding factor for the Blues. They've got a lot of fast guys. You got Shadow, you got Patton. I mean, there's one that I'm forgetting that I will probably kick myself for. Reed Jensen is what I'm thinking of.
Yep.
Those guys really controlled the tempo, and they were constantly plaguing the defense for the Knights. So,
yep.
A good game on both parts, and it is a learning experience, and that's what the Novice League's for.
That's absolutely what it's for, and all teams having a practice next week. So, back to the drawing board for the Knights and the Blues, perhaps with some ideas that they can bring forward to them into the rest of the season.
Yeah. I think we figured out as much things as we can talk about as we can.
Yeah. So, hey, thanks for calling the game today, Kevin.
Oh, you too. And hang around for the Wolverines and the Wanderers.
Yep, that's right. So this has been D-League Radio, and, we're going to be here all day.
John Reichardt's coming in now.
Okay.